Now that we have created a new repository in our remote GitHub account and then clone that repository to our local, which is demo project 1, we will now add a file here. Let me add a file. Let me create a new text file. Let me rename it to file1.txt. So this is my file1.txt which I'm making changes in locally. So I'll add a message here. New line added. This is done. I'll save the file and I'll close this. This is done. Now what I'll do is I'll go back to CMD. I'll go back to my repository locally and just print the files whatever it is existed. This is the file1.txt we just created. There is a git command here to view to tag the status of the file, which is git status. Here it says file1 which we have recently added, and this would be committed to our main branch, but this is not tracked. Nothing added to commit. It says untracked files. So this file is not tracked. So to make to track this file, we just have to add this file to our staging environment. That we can do by the command git add space and file name. Whatever the file name, since I have only created file 1.txt, I can track this file. Otherwise, what I can do is I can track all the files, whatever it has been inside the current directory, which is git git demo project 1. Inside this, whatever the files have been changed, that would be tracked. I'll say it as git add star. I'll say enter. Now it has been tracked. Now again, I'll execute the command git status. Now it says it has been now staged. It also gives us a recommendation here, or the command reference here, just to unstage the files. Now I don't want to commit these changes back to. I'll explain this in the coming section. Now currently I'll move forward with committing these changes. Now what I'll do, since I have added the file 1 to the staging environment and I want to commit this to the remote repository. If you see here, I don't have that file 1 still reflecting here. It's not there still in our remote repositories, which are the main repository. I want to commit these changes there. To do that, we have to execute the command git commit -m and add the message my first commit. This is done. Now the commit has been changed, one file has been changed and one file has been inserted. It says plus. Now I want to push these changes to my remote repositories. To push this, we have a git command git push. Just simply say it as git push. Now, since it is our first push, we have to authenticate to our remote account, which is GitHub account. I'll simply say it as sign in with our browser. It would open a browser here. It would again ask me the email address. So I have entered the email address here. Now enter the password. Click on enter. Now it has authorized successfully. Click on authorize Git ecosystem. Now it would authorize our GitHub account with the Git. So authentication is succeeded. Now come back to this thing. So here you can see it has already been pushed. All our recent changes have been pushed to our remote repository. If I go back, I'll just close this. Now if I'll go back to my remote repo and do a refresh here, it says file 1 has been added and the commit message would be my first commit, which was done 2 minutes ago. This is done. This is one approach of creating a remote repository, cloning that to a local one. There is one more approach. I would uh, explain that in the next section. So thank you for being with us till now.